Good afternoon. Hi, how is everybody doing today, this morning, this afternoon, depending upon where you are catching this right now? For those of you who don't know me, my name is on the bottom of the screen. My name is Dorothea Robinson. I am an exit strategist. I am the founder of Life After Domestic Violence, and I am here today because I hear a lot of murmur, and rightfully so. I hear a lot of murmur going on. What am I going to do? I feel worthless. I'm stuck in the house. I'm remanded to stay in the house. And there's only so much cooking, and there's only so much cleaning, and there's only so much wrangling of the kids. By the time you get finished with the husband, the children, the house cleaning, the cooking, the washing, and on and on and on, where are you left in all of this? Where are you in the midst of everything that's going on? Hey, Altavis, where are you? What is your position in the midst of everything that's going on? And if you've got children, then you've got to school them at home. So you are emotionally drained. Can I say that? You are emotionally drained. I am emotionally drained. I've got a child who's eating through the house and going straight to his feet. Hey, Misty, I want to know what your feelings are. What are your positions right now in the midst of this quarantine? Do you have a business? Are you a blogger? Are you a podcaster? Are you a speaker? Are you used to be able to do things, to get out and to do different things, and you cannot do them now? Do you have a nonprofit or have a business or an organization or an agency that does nonprofit work? But you feel lost in the sauce because you are not able to get to your clients the way that you used to. You know, the thing about, this again, people are feeling lost. People are feeling numb. People are feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't serve from the house. People are like, I need to get to my clients, but I can't because I'm remanded to the house. So not only are you invested in serving your clients to the best of your ability, people who have businesses are feeling lost because they can't serve. They can't serve, or not being able to serve the way they used to be able to serve. See, there is something when you have your client right in front of you and you can read body language and you can get to at least see what they're physically going through. You can see the tears, you can hear the emotions, you can see how they position their bodies. You get to be able to see all of that. But when you are remanded to the house, you don't get to see all of those little fine nuances that you're used to be able to see when you're speaking to a client. Yes, we should be on the phone talking to people. Yes, we should be using, different apps and different platforms so that we can be able to see that one-on-one. But then there's something about the touch. There's something about being in front of somebody. There's something to say about you being in the room physically with people to feel their energy, whether good or bad, you're feeling energy. So now we're remanded to the house. And so some of us, our businesses are suffering because we are too feeling like we're lost in the sauce. We're stuck. So we think. When we have clients that depend on us for whatever it is, if it's for, counseling, or if it's for therapy, for those of you who are therapists, if it's for the life coaching piece, and you're used to being in front of people. And now we got to think outside the box. So on top of all of that, trying to think outside the box, then juggle schooling at home, and then juggle husband, and then juggle the house, and then juggle the bills, and then juggle the money's coming in. It's a lot to take in. And so a lot of us are feeling numb. A lot of us are feeling worthless. A lot of us feeling lost in the sauce that, you know what, forget it. I'm just giving up because it's too much. A lot of us are feeling, what is the point of me to continue in the business and what it is that I'm doing through my counseling, through my life coaching? What's the point of going ahead with the nonprofit because I physically can't do what I'm used to being able to do? And so some of us are giving up. Some of us are throwing in the towel, and some of us are saying, forget it. I can't do this. I choose not to do this anymore. I can't. So I've got to think about, what can I get rid of? What can I do without to make my life easier? And so many of us are giving up our businesses. Many of us are stepping back and saying, you know what, forget it. I don't have to live with this. This is one part of my life that is so freaking crazy right now because I'm trying to make sure that my family is okay with COVID, that they don't get it. And I'm trying to make sure that what little money is coming in, that those bills are being paid. And I'm trying to make sure that the house is running smoothly and I'm not going crazy with the kids running around and wrangling them in. And so my business is the one thing that I can give up and still remain sane. Are you there? Let's be honest. Are you there? Are you ready to say, forget it? It's not worth it. Hey, Terrence. Hey, T. Is it worth it? I'm giving up my business. I'm giving it up because you know what? I can't deal with that. And I can let that go. But I have to house, kids, husband, family, house, kids, husband, family, school, all of that I have to deal with. But my business, me being an author, me being a speaker, me being a podcaster, all of that I could push to the side. But when in reality, the thing that you're choosing to push to the side is the very thing that can jump you over this hurdle, that can get you and propel you when we come up out of this, that you're on top. I don't know the year. I am bad with history. I did not like history as a class, but I'm learning to get into some things because you need to know history because history is bound to repeat itself if you don't do the proper things. All right? But there was a time during the deep, dark depression where millionaires were jumping off buildings. Remember that? I know you read that somewhere. They were jumping off of skyscrapers because they did not know what they were going to do in this time, in their time when things were crashing and they saw no rebound and they saw no hope. It's a sad thing. How many people are at that point where they're ready to leap from the tallest building? They're at that point where I can't do this. And so guess what? I am going to leap full head into the things that I've got to do for my house and for my kids and for the school. And guess what? That business, I'm going to take that leap off that tall building and say, forget it. I'm not doing it. I can't. That's the one thing that I don't have to do. Even when you have clients, even when you have work to do, even when you are creative, and even when you have things within you that's on the inside of you yet to be birthed, but because we feel numb, hopeless, helpless, we're ready to throw in the towel and say, forget it. Are you that author that is taking the opportunity in a time, quiet time when the kids are in bed and the husband's watching the game or he's playing the game? Are you taking and utilizing that time to slip away to write for a half hour every day? A half hour every day for a month, you've got a solid book. A half hour every day writing, you could write a solid program. A half hour every day, you should be leaps and bounds from where you were prior to COVID-19. thought I would come on. Yes, I speak about domestic violence, and yes, you know, this is a really, really hairy time for me because the calls that come in is outrageous. The numbers are going up, and it's not over with. We have victims who are in the homes quarantined with an abuser who is upset because his control or her control was removed. He doesn't have his money coming in. He doesn't have his drug of choice. He doesn't have alcohol. And these are just added things. Domestic violence is nothing but control. But without the things that he's used to, what she's used to, the abuser is hot, mad, and ugly. We are having upticks of calls. I shared one day last week, over 13,000 women called. 13,000 women called in one day to the national hotline. 13,000 one day. But I'm speaking to those who are out here who have programs, who have memberships. I'm speaking to you, to those who have businesses, those who have services. You can't give up. I'm speaking to those who speak to other women, who uplift them. I'm speaking to those who uplift men. I'm speaking to you. You can't give up now. You cannot throw in the towel. And I'm going to tell you, like somebody told me, two people told me a few years ago, two different times. They said, Thea, you need to write your story because somebody's dying waiting on you. 3 years later, a victim who became a survivor said those very same words, and they came back to me. So I'm saying to you, somebody is dying, literally dying, waiting on you. What are you, including me, what are we going to do utilizing this time while we are quarantined? For those of us who know what's going on outside, okay, good. For those of us who have no idea what's going on, okay, fine. I say this, no matter what it looked like and no matter what's going on outside, what is going on in your house, and I'm not talking about your daily things that you got to do for your kids. I'm speaking about you, and I'm talking to me. So guess what? You in on this. I'm having a conversation with myself. I hope you understand. What are you doing? What are you using? How are you utilizing your time right now? Because there's somebody dying waiting on you. I know that to these Pelzer, and I know T Brown, and I know Terrence. They are on here right now. They live stream every day, giving good sound information to uplift and motivate somebody to their next level, to make sure that they understand where it is that they come from. Listen, you have to do the very same thing too. I'm not saying you've got a live stream, but there are other things, there are other ways that you can make a difference from right where you are, right where you sit. So as I shared with you before, I am an advocate for women who are in intimate partner domestic violence relationships. I write plans for them. I speak to them. I'm a life coach. I help and assist them to get them to their next level. I also train those who have become survivors to let them know there's a speaker in you, to let them know that there's an author in you. I have memberships where they come in and they sit and we talk and we discuss and we move to the next level. You still yet can move right from your level, right where you are, and move to your next level while you are yet quarantined. I get it. See, the thing about it is, because I've been in a relationship that was abusive for 30 years. Yep, 30. Understand this. Please hear me when I say this. Because I have been through what it is that I've been through, it is my duty, responsibility, and obligation to help and assist somebody. That means that I got to think outside the box in order to assist my clients. Are you thinking outside the box and to assist those who are in your hands? Your responsibility, your skill. Are you thinking outside of the box to keep connected? Are you thinking outside the box to make sure that those who feel hopeless, like there is no hope, are you the one to speak hope and life into somebody. And if you're sitting on it and you're not doing it, guess what? For some people will call that a sin, if you believe. That's like wasted talents buried in the ground, not being utilized, not serving, not assisting, and somebody's dying. Who are you going to let die just because you are in? If you've been in an abusive relationship and this quarantine feels like it, and I promise you, there are many who are feeling that right now. They feel like they're in an abusive relationship because their control is gone because they have to stay in. So you got flashbacks going. You got memories of being in the past. All of those things are going on. And I get it. I understand. I truly understand. But I need you to encourage yourself. And guess what? If you can't encourage yourself, you better get in front of somebody who can encourage you. To tell you, Altavis, to tell you, Terrence, to tell you, T, to tell you, Terrence, T-Free, and all those who are watching. Get in front of somebody who's going to motivate you. Find that person. If you feel hopeless, if you feel like you have no help, grab a hand of somebody who can help and assist you. Because somebody's waiting on you. Somebody is waiting on you and they're dying. Don't put your talents in the ground. Don't put your talents or leave them in the ground, buried. Because guess what? That person waiting on you, they can't dig for that. They don't have the energy, and they don't know where you put it. They don't have the energy to crawl to it, even if they knew where you put it. They don't have the energy to go dig that out. That's you. That's you. I came one today to give somebody some encouragement. I need you to understand, just because we're quarantined, that doesn't mean that we're dead. That doesn't mean that you're dead. Hey, Carolyn. And Carolyn, I'm gonna use your hashtag. I've come with this position starting in December. It's called impact position. Where are you positioned to make an impact even while we're quarantine? Where are you in all of this, in front of your clients, in front of your students? Where are you showing up while quarantined to make an impact? Are you thinking outside of the box? Are you sitting there? Oh, what was me? Are you sitting there feeling hopeless? Are you sitting there unencouraged? Are you sitting there without a coach? Are you sitting there without a mentor? Are you sitting there by your own self, you're lonesome, and you are speaking words of despair to yourself on a regular basis? Tell me, please, loved ones, how can you rise above that if you are talking negativity to yourself on a regular basis? How are you going to encourage your clients? How are you going to encourage your students? Heck, how are you going to encourage your children? Because I promise you, your children are watching. And if you have a business, and if you're an author, and if you're a speaker, and if you do promotions, if they see you fold in the towel in your business, they're watching. If they see you not doing your business, handling your business, they're watching. And what does that say to them? Oh, well, mom threw in the towel, or dad threw in the towel. They said, like, hey, forget it. It got a little rough. It got a little hard. And so therefore, she threw in the towel. So guess what? She can't, or he can't expect me to go ahead and go beyond and above when they sat down. Where are you in the scheme of all of this? It is time that we get in front of somebody who's going to make sure that we stay encouraged, that you get in front of somebody where you're going to be accountable on a regular basis. You, we, me, all of us need to be sure that we have Good sound information being poured into us constantly, because then we can serve properly and correctly. We can serve properly when we are filled up. You know, you have all heard you can't pour from an empty cup. But if you're an author, if you're a speaker, if you're a life coach, if you're a mentor, you cannot give up on your clients. You cannot give up on your students. You cannot. And ultimately, the legacy that you're trying to build through your business, through your small business, through your, you being author, through you being speaker, that business that you're trying to create, even the nonprofit one, if you're an advocate and you're trying to build that business, your children ultimately are watching to see whether or not you fold. So then they have an excuse to fold. This is the time that you need to sit in front of yourself, me included. I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to the choir. I'm talking to myself too. This is the time that we have to ask ourselves, hey, how are you, Miss Tammy, Miss Morrison? We have to ask ourselves, Miss Blake, Miss Pelzer, Terrence, Miss Brown, and all of you who are watching on Periscope. Today, not tomorrow, today. Don't let your dreams go by the wayside just because we're quarantined and it may look bleak. It may look horrifying. It may look like, oh, this is the end of the world. It ain't what it looked like. It ain't what it looked like. Hey, Joy. It ain't what it looked like. Because when this is over, and we don't know what the end date may be, but the question becomes, will you be ready? Now, not then. Now, we cannot wait for that end date. When it's all over, then I'm going to begin. No, you need to, we need to, I need to begin today. Because when that end date comes, how are we looking? Are we looking like we're going to be in the deficit? Are we going to be looking like we're in a deficit? Or are we going to be positioning ourselves now to make an impact now, both in our finances and in the clients that we serve? Are we making an impact where our children are watching us on a regular daily basis? Hey, 24 hours now, because the kiddos are with us. Are we making an impact now in such a way that when the end date happens, we ain't looking like everybody else who said, forget it way back then? They scrounging. What our finances look like, what our health look like. What do we look like? Are we glowing? Or do we need to put some extra lotion on and some extra foundation on to cover up how much we've been crying and how much we've been sobbing and how much we have not been taking care of our bodies and ourselves? Do we look like what we've been through when the end date happens, or when the end date happens, we look like royalty? Again, y'all on my conversation. I hope y'all don't mind. Are we going to look like royalty? Are we taking the position today that we are royal? And so therefore, what has been downloaded into and onto us, that we carry that thing through. Yeah, maybe it might have to take a little bit of having to think outside the box and to maybe do and to maneuver some things, and maybe use some different platforms so that we can get to our clients, whatever it takes to just get it done. Bye, Terrence. Thank you, Love Bug. I want you to think about that, because that's what I'm thinking about. How we looking today? How we acting today? Are we still feeling numb to the point that we're not moving and we're saying, forget it? Then that means that we let our clients die. The people who look at us, we let our clients die. We have a book in us, but we don't feel like writing it. And so the reader who may be in Africa, the reader who may be in Jamaica, we letting them die because we haven't written it yet. The information that they so desperately need, that you have, that I have, we're letting it go to the wayside. And the person who has to have it, it's not in their hands because we choosing not to write that book. Well, Miss Thea, I'm a speaker, and we can't speak now. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. You have to think outside the box. And if you don't know what to do, and if you don't have any idea or clue about where to start or where to begin or how to begin to think outside the box, connect with somebody. Connect with somebody who does. So this is what I want to leave you with. Where are you right now in all of this? Are you ready to give up because you're quarantined and you believe that you have no out? Are you ready to say, I'm done? I can't, I've got too much to deal with. And now I have kids 24 hours and I've got to school them at home. Are you ready to give up and say, I can't write that book? Are you ready to say, there's no speaking opportunities? We're stuck in the house. Where am I going to go? Are you saying that I can't have a conference because, we're quarantined? So who's coming? So what's the purpose of even creating one? Are you saying that, what? I want to go ahead and to give a class, but I don't know how to use social media. I don't know how to use these platforms. So therefore I give up. How invested are you in the project that you were doing before the quarantine? Is it your baby? Is it your baby? So are we throwing the baby out with the bathwater? Think about that. I certainly am. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Listen, replay viewers, I love you so much because you didn't have to come, but you chose to. So thank you to the replay viewers. Thank you for those who commented and just hearing me out. Where are you right now? Where are we right now? Are you numb to the point that you are sitting on the couch vegetating and watching reruns and reruns of whatever season of whatever it is that you've missed? Or are you creative? Are you creating? Are you thinking outside the box? And if you don't know how to, if it's not me, please let it be somebody. Get in front of somebody who can help you with these things. Because when this is all over, the question becomes, how are you going to look? Are you going to be looking like you've been working through this entire time? And then when you get to the end, that you're on top in such a way when you look back and say, yeah, that was difficult, but guess what? I did it and look where I am. I have leveled up even through the quarantine. Or are we going to wait for the end date and then start then? That might be too late. You may miss opportunities. No, you not may. You will miss opportunities. Where are you right now? How you looking? How you feeling? And what are you doing with the gift that has been given you? What are you doing with that book? What are you doing with that conference? What are you doing with that speaking engagement? What are you doing with that gift? Are you sitting on it? Or are you creative to elevate it to the position that it belongs? And then the other question is, how you looking at the end date of this? Are you looking like what you've been through and starting then? Or are you looking like, yeah, I went through hell, but I worked and look where I am now? Food for thought. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Listen, it is always, 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 always my pleasure to come before you. I will talk to you a little bit later. I am thinking about coming on late night. I will keep you informed about when it will be a regular broadcast. We're going to have open discussion, time enough for all of the kiddies to go to bed, because the conversation is going to get raw sometimes. And I don't want to offend anybody, but I will let you know, keep you posted and updated about the start date, because we need to have some conversations, because people are feeling numb. Survivors are feeling numb. Victims of abuse are feeling numb. And those who have come out of abuse are feeling like they're abused again. And so the creativity and the things that they were doing, it's slowing down because of the flashbacks and because of some of the things that they've been through. Now they're back again. Even though they're not with their abuser, there's still some issues. And I want to be able to talk through that. So I will keep you abreast, let you know when that's going on. I want to say, have an absolutely awesome Sunday, the rest of your Sunday. But I want you to think about, where are you? Are you feeling numb? Are you feeling overwhelmed? What position are you positioning to make an impact with the gift that has been given you? See you later.